I'm William Afton, born 1939 as the co-founder of Fazbear Entertainment. Well, I was a really bad guy. I was going insane. My only kid died at a young age. This put me down a bad path. I regret all those things. But I can't fix the past. I regret all of those years. I should have just gotten mental help. Now I'm just stuck in hell for the rest of eternity. Hell is a bad place. The pain never ends. And I'll be stuck in this room for eternity with nothing but that damn plushie to talk to. And the only time I get a break is if I'm in Mike's dreams. And those aren't fun. Yeah, I get visions of those damned things. And sometimes Mike hears me during his nightmares. Those things give me PTSD of being spring-locked. Yeah, sometimes they'll come out to torment me. Even a spring trap I couldn't fight back. I'm weak. No, I would get tormented by the phantoms there too. The only good thing about the place was that damn night guard. He was a kind person. At least he never wanted to do me harm. I kinda liked him. I did. I just couldn't take being stuck in that building. I would even use hallucinations to try and scare him. I just wanted out of that terrible hellhole. I sometimes get visions now and then. And I saw you in one of them, and I had a feeling about you. I had a feeling you had a rough past, or something happened that affected you greatly. I'm not sure what it is, though. Yeah, I thought it was something along those lines. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. I swear I'm being honest. I don't want to mess with people's traumas. Even though I am known for being a bad person, I do take trauma very seriously. I know how much trauma can affect people. Trust me, I've seen some of the worse. I had a rough life when I was alive. Yeah, but I deserved it. I should have made better choices, but I was a selfish jerk. Henry was my business partner. We were close friends, and I even considered him family. But when that day in 1985 happened, I killed his little girl. That was the last straw for him. He cut all ties with me. That's why he made that place. Yes, Freddy Fazbear's JR's, it was made to ruin me, and it worked. I should have died for good back there. I was always more on the robotic engineering side. Henry focused more on the building design. He focused a lot on the details. I focused on the technicalities, like how the robots worked. I wanted the suits to be more humanistic. When the performers weren't wearing them, they could still function as animatronics. And I guess the idea of the suits being able to be used as both suits and animatronics sounded cool in my mind. I never thought that would lead to my demise. I should have, but I guess I was obsessed with the idea. I didn't really think about the safety concerns with the design. But that decision led to the worst moment of my life. When I tried on that Spring Bonnie costume. God, I still remember it like it was yesterday. I remember every moment, from when I put the costume on to that very springlock failure. And I remember how it felt. It's still painful to think about. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. It's stuff I rarely tell anyone, yet I'm telling you all of it. Why though? Why are you so easy to talk to? Maybe it's because deep inside I can tell you're a kind person, someone who is willing to listen to the bad person's story. It's a rare thing to see in people nowadays. You would honestly rather listen to my story rather than a serial killer's. Yeah, that's true. Yet I would rather be compared to a serial killer than to him. Trust me when I say I'm nowhere near as bad as Jeffrey. It's weird to think that I'm actually the lesser evil here. I'm actually surprised you are more bothered by him over me though. I guess I'm less insane that his mind was completely broken. I still have some sanity left in me. Yet there are times when it breaks. During those moments, the nightmares come back, and I end up saying things I regret later. It's just a saying. After everything that happened, I realized I just couldn't die. I got spring-locked and turned into Springtrap. Then that pizzeria was closed and I was stuck there for 30 years. Before I got out and eventually became Scraptrap. Then I was burned alive and became Springtrap again. I've always came back. No matter how many times someone tries to kill me, I just can't seem to stay dead. That doesn't explain why I'm always the one that came back. There are so many dead people, yet I always pop up again. I don't get it. I don't know why I have such a strong will to live. I guess it's because as a dead person I just hate being alone. I have a very bad isolation and abandonment issues. I've seen you in the visions I get. It's how I knew about the bad family situation you had. Yeah, bad luck seems to plague your life. Well, Glitchtrap is complicated. He's technically not me, yet he was created by my soul. He is basically a digital manifestation of my bad personality. Everything that I did that was bad was put into that thing. The reason he became a thing in the first place was because of the VR game that was developed in my image. And I guess my soul was still active, which caused him to become a thing. Glitchtrap was created by some computer code that was put into the game that was infected with my soul. Whenever someone would play that game, he would end up putting a copy of himself into their mind and slowly control them. Yes, it was another thing I learned during visions. Plus I kind of felt like it would happen eventually. In a way, Glitchtrap was a monster I had created. He basically was the bad part of my soul, my darkest side. All of my insanity and anger was put into him. Maybe he was created by me feeling all of that rage when I was locked in that safe room. He was created by my darkest feelings. I think maybe I created him as a backup plan of sorts. I don't know why I felt the need to do that, but I did. Maybe deep inside my mind I wanted revenge on everyone that tried to kill me. Maybe that's why he became what he is now, and why he took Vanny as his helper. He was created by the darkest part of my mind. Sure, this is kinda getting depressing. So yeah, let's change the subject. That was my doing. Back before the opening of the first Freddy Fazbear Entertainment location, I had made a music box that played the Toreador March as a way to test its music capabilities. When making Freddy, I decided to add the exact same music box I used to test into him as a built-in tool to calm him down when he glitches out. I also added the music box to give him some personality. It made him a little more unique from a regular animatronic. Plus, the music box just matched the old-time feel me and Henry had. To me, the music box gave Freddy a classy side to his character. like an old-time singer in those old black and white movies. In a way, I guess Freddie having a music box made him have a little flair of class and the old-time feel that we went for with Fazbear Entertainment. I guess that's why everyone loved the guy. He was a more old-time character. Plus, we gave him that fancy top hat to go with the old-time feel too. In a way, I guess Freddie having a music box made him have a little flair of class and the old-time feel that we went for with Fazbear Entertainment. You got to admit though, the old Fazbear locations just had that kinda old-time feel to them. It just gave them character. It's the one thing that made them different from Chuck E. Cheese's. Oh yeah, I hated that rat. Chuck E. Cheese was an annoying mouse that I just wanted to punch in the face, but I never got the chance to. I think that company was always jealous of how much more popular our animatronics and franchise were compared to its. It had a more modern style, while we were the more classic and old-time style of the two companies. Plus, I think everyone found the Chuck E.'s band of animatronics more bland and forgettable compared to our Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. I guess me and Henry hit the sweet spot of old-time and family-friendly, while Chuck E.'s was just forgettable and dull. We had a charm about us they couldn't replicate. It's why we became so popular and took the title as the most popular children's entertainment franchise. It was our charm. We had a charm about us they couldn't replicate. It's why we became so popular and took the title as the most popular children's entertainment franchise in the late 70s and early 80s. It was our charm and appeal that the other locations didn't have. The Chuck E.'s was just another generic pizza place, while Freddy's was a place designed to look like a classic children's show. That's why we became more popular. Plus, I guess people just preferred our cast of characters more than Chuck E.'s. Chuck E.'s had a generic and bland animatronic band that didn't have personality or a unique style, while our characters had personalities and styles that just gave them so much life. He was a kind and friendly guy that loved to play his guitar and be the center of attention. He always had a smile on his face and loved to just play and put on a good show for the kids. I guess he was more of the laid-back friend out of the group. He was my favorite of the four animatronics. Plus, he just had a charm to him that made him impossible not to love. He was the heart of the group, the kind and loving friend of the four that everyone loved. Even kids would say he was their favorite of the four. I was happy that Bonnie became the fan favorite of the group. I mean, Chica and Foxy had their fans, but Bonnie was definitely people's favorite out of the four. I guess that charm and kindness made Bonnie special. He was loved by everyone. I feel that's why he was always people's favorite. Chica was always a more caring and motherly type. She was like a big sister figure to the group. She was also very sassy and sarcastic at times. She was a good cook and always had a good sense of humor. She was always the voice of reason, and the one always trying to keep order in the group. She was the most mature and responsible member of the team. Plus, she was a good friend to all of us. She was more of a big sister figure, and always tried to keep the group out of trouble. Plus, she had the coolest cupcake out of the four. People loved Chica, and were always happy to see her. Plus, she was the best performer out of the four. Her singing was amazing. She always managed to make the kids happy, and was loved by everyone at the restaurants. Chica was also the most loved among little girls. The boys' always favorite was Bonnie, and foxy. Girls, on the other hand, had Chica as their favorite. Alright, how about you pick a different subject? The Purple Guy nickname came about with the disappearances of the 5 children that I killed back in 1985. The newspapers called me that because I was always seen wearing a purple shirt during surveillance and security footage of the incident. From that point on, everyone knew me as the Purple Guy, after I committed those murders. I think the name was a stupid nickname, honestly. I mean, purple, really? I know I was wearing a purple shirt, but do they really need to nickname me after a color? Plus, it's a little on the nose. I mean, I was wearing a purple shirt, and they nicknamed me the Purple Guy because of it. It just kinda seems lazy, to be honest. I mean, I could think of better names for me, like the Killer or the Child Murderer, you know? Names that sound a little more intimidating than the Purple Guy. But no, they just call me a color. It's so lazy. They could have at least made a better name than just calling me a color. Alright, last question before you go. Go ahead. At the Freddy's from the 70s and 80s, it would play a lot of classic songs from that era. Everything from songs from the 60s, 70s and 80s, plus songs from before those eras like the 50s and 40s. For example, songs like the Toreador March, Dancing Queen, Sweet Caroline, I Will Survive, and Never Gonna Give You Up would play.
What's up guys, Quandale Dingle here. Thanks for watching my fellow friend Kyle Perry's video. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when he posts a new video. And guess what, my fellow monkeys? He might be making more Character.ai videos soon, so please stay tuned or else I will poop myself. And happy 10th Five Nights at Freddy's anniversary, my fellow monkeys.